So the song coming through is Adele, Someone Like You. And when I heard this song earlier, I started to get really emotional and feel a lot of like sadness. And so this energy is really feeling a lot of like sadness about a decision that they had made in the past. And they're feeling regret about this decision. They're feeling a lot of regret about their decision to, I'm hearing, separate or move away or like close off a connection of some sort. And it's taken them a while, I think, to really like acknowledge this. They've been avoiding this in a lot of different ways. I'm seeing work specifically being a way that they tried to avoid dealing with this. And now it's kind of like coming up for them and it's unavoidable at this point in time. And they're feeling a lot of sadness about like what they decided and why. And I think they're really looking at themselves and looking inward and trying to figure out like what it is about them that made them kind of run. So this is a dynamic where one person ran away due to like fear of the dynamic being too real, or like too much is kind of how they probably put it to you. So the situation being like overwhelming in some type of way for their nervous system or for themselves, and just like not being ready for that type of like love or experience. And they're feeling a lot of regret about this at this point and feeling a lot of sadness associated with their decision. It seems like since then they haven't been able to like find anything that clicks. And I think that they're like realizing what they actually did and like actually looking at themselves and trying to understand like what it is about like them that they did that, right? So what's coming up is kind of like, this realization that everybody else around me is able to have these relationships, maintain these relationships, end up in these relationships. Like, what is wrong with me that I haven't like been able to like create that for myself, right? And so there is like some deep purging happening is what I just heard, and some deeper like unconscious belief system check-ins happening around this. I do think this person is still in a place of feeling like really sad about like what they chose and why. And I think they're realizing that there's no one else like you. There's no one else that they're going to be able to find that's going to be able to show up in the way that you do. And like the connection that you guys had was really special. And I think that that really is kind of hitting them really hard. I do see this person contemplating like, do I make a turnaround? Do I just try to move on? Do I figure things out, right? Like, and we are moving into a Mercury retrograde, and so I'm hearing that it is possible that this person may like try to come back around, and I'm hearing in like more so of like a gentle kind of like touching the water to see what happened kind of thing. Or to see what's going on, because I do think that this person thinks you moved on. So that's like another part of the song is that they heard that, you've moved on and you found somebody new. And this may be true for some people and this may not be true for other people, but I think that this is really just like a fear that they're having. And that's part of what's causing this like unsureness about which way to go. And so, this is going to probably come back around, and when it does, I think it's going to bring a lot of clarity with it and a lot of like closure for the individual that's receiving this kind of notification or message. And I want you to keep in mind that not always are connections meant to be for the long haul or move us forward in that way. Sometimes they're meant to come in and teach us something about ourselves, and sometimes they're meant to come in and teach us how to love ourselves even more. So keep in mind that like that doesn't always mean that something is meant to be, right? Just because it returns. Sometimes it returns to teach us a lesson. So definitely, I think, listen to your heart and listen to your intuition and listen to what you're being guided to do and what you really like want soul-wise. And, that is a flash in a moment, not your overthinking brain. So also give yourself space and time to sit with it if that's something that you need as well. If it's meant to be, it can't miss you. Okay? If this resonates, please leave in the comments. I've learned my lesson. And follow me for more. Love and light.